Before we get into the video, there will be spoilers for both Undertale and Celeste. If you haven't played the game, please click off of the video and maybe even play the game and come back if you want to as well. If you have played the game, all right, enjoy the video. Welcome back to some more Chad Talks Games. So after I completed the Kingdom Hearts franchise, now I'm playing Undertale. And I think Undertale is, I think it's okay, to be honest. I see a lot of people love this game, but it wasn't able to click for me on how it clicked for other people. To be honest, I do like the premise of the story of it being like the two different races and how they were together to the point where they fought, and then one was banished into a place that they weren't like into a place that they had to for the rest of their lives. It's cool, but I just think like throughout it though, I'm kind of just a bit uninterested, man. It's like so uninteresting in a way where basically roaming the worlds, like, or roaming like the different planes and the people you meet. Most of the people you meet, I just kind of don't feel nothing from them. Sure, there's some like Sans ain't bad. There's Papyrus. I could be saying that wrong. And also Torel in the first, like literally in the first section of the game that are cool. And to think that, you start as like as a human, and to be honest, like what people know, probably humans are told, is that monsters are dangerous. And you get to see how these monsters, how they care for one another, how they are trying to make jokes and be funny towards one another. And they do that. And it just makes it seem like, why are they really feared upon? You know, I like that aspect. But yeah, man, patrolling the actual worlds themselves just didn't really do nothing for me. Even to like the other half where you meet some more people with Alphys and the Metatron, they weren't interesting at all. Sure, there's moments where like Alphys says that she is like so scared to screw up. She's so scared to screw up to the point where like she's not confident in herself, and she can't believe in herself to do things right, because every single time she does something, it always goes to shit. And I rock with that, even with the whole thing with belief, where Udine, I hope I'm saying that right too, where you fight like the monster royal knight, the main royal knight, how like when you fight her and she like starts to die, but she doesn't stop. She doesn't give up and falls and just completely just stops, because she knows that this is for like her kingdom. This is for like her monster people and her royal knights, that they will have their chance of freedom and get back what was theirs, you know? Damn, I was expecting that. It's some serious, powerful stuff. But yeah, other than that, like the whole thing with Metatron, whatever, to be honest, it wasn't really anything striking to me. Like every single time they try, I think it was just kind of like forced comedy, to be honest. But some of the comedy was nice with the two armored knights, where like the armored knights are just whispering to one another and just should have just come look at me and be like, this is awkward. Like, you know, we gotta kill you, right? It's like, that's funny. But I think with Metatron, they just kind of do a bit too much, you know? It's like kind of boring and not boring, but like uninteresting. Like at that point, like every single time he tried to do like comedic stuff, when he's like doing his cooking show, his TV show, and even the play that we did, it kind of just like whatever, you know? I'm like, fuck, you keep on harping on the same thing, kind of ass, you know what I'm saying? I just wasn't interested in that. The music's nice though. The music is really nice, but I kind of need that basis and that foundation a bit to make me actually, I don't know, be compelled. Even towards the end of the game, like where we actually fight the king, because the king's trying to get all 7 hearts and to basically gain the power to gain back what was his after the humans. It's some serious stuff, man. But what I didn't realize is that, we killed, like what I didn't realize is all this started based off of like a misunderstanding on how they got into the situation and how the humans looked upon them, especially where the humans, well, either way, before like the humans still banished them and put their special seal on like the cavern in the ruins. But the humans straight up thought that the monster, like like the king's child, killed his best friend. And whenever the child tried to freaking come up to the surface and bring his best friend's grave or best friend's body to his rightful resting spot, the humans didn't like that, and then killing their child. But you see, like, how truly messed up it is. How whenever the prince dies, every single monster starts losing hope. They start losing faith and belief in them getting their freedom, because it's like you make a step forward, but you take like in this case like 4 steps, maybe even 6 steps back. So like they reach down to that point where they can't believe that they will actually be successful in it. Even where like now the king, like with having his child die, he wants to freaking have revenge and kill every human that they come across. And by the end of it, like it was a whole misunderstanding, but he still was saying how he lost his wife, because it turns out in the beginning of the game, I killed the wife, how, yeah, he lost his wife and his child. He just wanted to be back with them. And like, I killed him straight up, but it was something, man. And even after that, you see like this flower guy, Flowerty, him becoming a god. And what was so scary though, like, yeah, first seeing like how he looks, that's pretty scary. But what's even scarier though is how like they're able to exit off of you from your game. That's terrifying. All right, I don't like that. I don't like that. Not saying I don't like that to freaking make me dislike this game, but that's scary though. Is this supposed to symbolize like me not giving up by me keep on loading it back up? Is that what it's supposed to symbolize? I keep on doing it, but it's fucking becoming annoying. Has to be, yeah. Coming annoying, man. I'm guessing it probably does symbolize that, like you are supposed to not give up. You keep on loading up. I'm shocked that it's able to freaking just completely exit off, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of scary, I guess. But you see how some people say this is like a depiction of a god, of how like they truly control everything and be able to do everything because they just are the big like person. But yeah, it still just didn't do nothing for me. It is nice though how they have that sense of like believing yourself, even with when you go to save points, like they keep on saying things of determination, where like you have to keep going the whole time. You being this human going through these ruins, going through multiple different areas to get to your home, to the surface. You keep going. And to make it even better is where they cut off all your they cut off your game application to the point where it's trying to harp on it even more, that you're not stopping. You're not stopping to just give up. Sure, the odds may be fucking not in your favor, and sure, like it may seem damn near impossible. Do the impossible, but you keep on going, even to the point where the god Flowerty didn't even freaking thought it was even possible. He's like, you keep on saying other remarks. And I like that they keep saying other remarks. I'm like, damn, man, it ain't bad. It's just ain't that good in my opinion. I think, yeah, that's I like the whole theme of determination and believing in yourself. Literally, my freaking quote for my channel is "Believe in the you that believes in yourself." That's from Gurren Lagann though. So that's from Gurren Lagann. But just to think that you have to, no matter how dire the odds are, no matter how it may seem like you can't do shit to change anything, you still have to keep going forward and try to. Even with towards the end of the game, because yeah, I killed everybody. I killed every single person. Even towards the end of the game, the homeboy Papyrus, I think I'm still saying that wrong. he says how like now he's the ruler because everybody's dead, and people say it's from a vacation, but Sam's knows that I killed them all. But with every single person, every single like what's the word, pillar of the whole kingdom, of the king, the queen, the prince, the royal knight, and all of them, the people start wavering and wanted to give up. And sure, for right now that they are working because Papyrus wants to build back their kingdom to a well functioning society. But even Papyrus said, I think I'm still saying that wrong, sorry. Like even he says like straight up, it's hard. It's hard being the thing that people look towards to give them motivation, to give them that hope for a better tomorrow, for a better future. You know what I'm saying? And he says like it's something that he has to do, and no matter what, it will take some time, but slowly but surely it will happen. It's like you have to give up. He says like, yeah, you have to make them be at a point where they give up giving up. Because the moment you give up, that's when shit won't go your way and you stay in the position that you are now. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's nice. It's nice. But yeah, it just didn't hit for me, in my opinion, as to other levels. And that's just why gaming is still fucking my favorite thing known to man, because it's so subjective, man. It's so subjective. And how somebody views a game, like you're not gonna, like the people who played this probably 2015, probably 2018, or realistically who probably played it now, you know, have this game like probably in their all timers and probably as a game that they have tattooed on them. But it's cool to see that games are able to reach those levels, you know, and you can't take that away from anybody, because that's how you can't take away how somebody feels about a game, because that is specifically towards them, and you can't take that away. And yeah, man. Yeah. There's Deltarune. I did do a little bit of talking with the Deltarune. The Deltarune looks nice though. I'll play that one day, you know, maybe I don't know, when there's a sale, I guess, because I'm not really actively too interested in it at this point in time. But there's Deltarune where it talks about like the story, I think, from what that one turtle said about the story, with like the people going for the kingdom, like the emblem of the kingdom. I don't know if I'm right about that. But Deltarune seems cool. You have like a party and it says something about friendship and have some funny moments together and maybe be compelling in that sort of way. And yeah, I'll play that at some point. Probably not anytime soon, but you know, at some point. But yeah, man, it's just, yeah, I don't think it's bad in any way, but I just think it just kind of wasn't for me. But I'm happy that it was that for the people that it was for, you know. But yeah, man, this will be a two-parter, especially with Celeste. I didn't talk about this game for that much, so it will be paired up with Celeste to elongate it a little bit. Yeah, I know. I gotta get the watch hours a little bit. I'm just joking. I don't care. But all right, man. Gonna switch over to Celeste in 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to some more Chat Talks games. So continue with the games that are in my backlog. The game I chose to play is Celeste. And Celeste is a freaking banger, man. This game has been in my backlog ever since I first even had Steam. And I kept on freaking not playing it for some time. And then now being able to play it, I'm like, this is some hot fire. To think in the surface of it all, it is a platformer. To be honest, definitely the best platformer I've played. But just to go into the platforming part of it, it's so good to the point where like, you just want more of it. Where you keep on dying, it quickly refreshes and you keep going. Trial and error is the way you have to freaking do this platform. I need a little bit. Fuck. You can die like 200, 500 times. And trust and believe, I've been dying. My God. And dying. Why am I so dumb? And dying. Fuck. But every single time that you're dying, you are getting better. It's trial and error. You learn. It's like fighting a boss in freaking Elden Ring, where you start learning new things every single time you lose, you know? But the way that they do it is that it's so quick to the point you have to keep going. And sure, sometimes I keep getting stuck like 11 tries in, or maybe even 20 tries, just keep on getting stuck at the same thing. But that's the thing of it all, where it's so like quick and it's so nice to keep going every single time. And even with the basic platforming, having the dash and just trying to figure out where the hell you're trying to go, like where the hell you're going. Sure, the strawberries, they're whatever, you know, they're whatever. All for a fucking strawberry. For a freaking strawberry. But trying to figure out where to go and find out where's the next area to proceed in is freaking like, I don't know, like so like satisfying in a way where I'm actually just being so exploring to like my full capacity here, you know. I try not to look up, like I hate when I'm stuck in video games, but I really try not to look it up and figure it out. But here, I didn't look up nothing, and I'm over stuck, like, where the hell am I at? And just for it to be one of the most simplest things ever, and I just completely just freaking didn't even notice it, you know? But even how good the platforming is, I was not expecting this game to have a deep personal story with Madeline, to be honest. You know me, my favorite game of all time is Persona 4 Golden. I can't wait to replay that game one day. Maybe play it or play through Revival when it comes out. Probably not. But the thing with Persona 4 Golden, just to go on a little tangent, is that the whole theme of it is facing your other self, facing the things that you want, that you don't want nobody else to see, and dealing with yourself. But throughout the game, you realize that it takes people to actually help you through that. The same thing happened here in Madeline, where the whole time in chapter 2, she faces her other self, the negative side of her, saying that she's not able to climb the mountain and she's not able to go far, and she just go back home. That version of you that has that sort of nervousness and anxiety and doubt that halts you into progress into what you want to achieve, you know? And you see in chapter 2 that the whole time I'm scared as shit, you know? They coming for my ass, you know? Oh my God. Oof. Grab. Move, you fucking fuck. But the whole time in chapter 2, you're running away from her, you know? And to think that like at this moment, she's running away from that part of her because she doesn't know what it is, and also she doesn't want to be sunken down to that place, you know? Those negative emotions and things that when you're trying to do something, it's like something trying to stop you, you know? And just to progress, how in chapter 3 that you meet another guy, sure, he's not that. Chapter 3 is probably the worst chapter, but like you see how that version of her starts to affect other people into trying to almost damn near kill her. It's crazy how like you have these emotions that if you can't control them, they will take the better of you and start affecting other people. Even to where, yeah, chapter 4, holy shit. Chapter 4 is by far like the hardest one, but it's so nice, man. The platforming is so satisfying. I was not expecting it to have so many different things like the cloud, the wind, how you have to sometimes, even when you go to chapter 5, how you have to do like the momentum, how you have to freaking proceed through. It's something incredible, you know? Damn it. Stop with the freaking analog. Ugh. Oh my god, how am I hitting a fucking analog? And even when you keep climbing up the mountain, seeing Theo being the other guy who we meet while going to the mountain, he's doing his own thing. But going into specifically with chapter 5, how chapter 5 really affected Madeline to the point where chapter 5 was more of like a chapter where you start to face your own fear, or not, if not face your fear, but face that other version of yourself, even with Theo to a point, but face the other version of yourself where Madeline was going through how she was about to say, yeah, I'm not cut out for this. I can't do this. And throughout all that, she saw that Theo needed help, and that basically sprung her into the moment to actually keep going, and literally her big ass arms and shoulders and back being able to carry Theo throughout the whole freaking chapter. I'm like, fuck, man. And it's just so nice, man. And really the best chapter by far is chapter 6. Where you really have that sit down talk with reflection. That's what the chapter's name. Where you have that sit down talk with Theo talking about like what really is going on, and like what is this other part of you that you don't want people to see. And she talks about depression, and by the like with depression is something that is so ununderstandable, uncomprehendable, and it's so unique to the person that nobody else can know how that person is feeling. But to think that you are in a corner because you are scared to reach out to others because you don't know how they will view you. You don't know how they could guilt trip you and say, nah, you ain't feeling that. That's not you. Knowing damn well where it kind of is hard. And again, I haven't had that experience before, so I can't comment on how other people have experienced things like that. But to think that like there's people out there who try to reach out to others who they view as people that they can talk to about stuff like that, and for those people to just fucking think of it as just whatever, and be like, this is just a phase of your life. This ain't nothing. You'll get over it. Just the word "get over it" in regards to depression in a way is fucking disgusting. Like it's something that some people just don't take seriously, and how it affects other people, you know. But to see Madeline realize that that the mountain brought out that part of her and brought out that depression, anxiety, and nervousness, and even her having panic attacks, and how that's affecting her, and throughout it, like she wants to like get rid of that, you know. And even with Theo's stuff with Theo, even I was not even expecting for Theo with it, where like Theo over his saying is like he doesn't know what he wants to do or where or how his life will be. But if you think about it, in life, me only being 21, you got my age. But from what I can say is that in it, you don't know where you're gonna be. Sure, you could plan it out, but that does not mean that's always gonna be the path for you. Just like with Leo saying, I worked a job I thought I would like, fucking hated it, then I quit, then now I'm over here climbing up a mountain, you know? Because he's following what he thinks is best for himself. And you can think at the end of the day, you have to do what's best for yourself, because it's you that will be the one going through it, not others. And if you don't become true to yourself and try to be somebody that people want you to be over what you want yourself to be, it's kind of like an identity crisis, you know? It's something that I was not expecting this game to tackle themes and real realistic emotions and moments with what people go through in their everyday life. It's the same thing in Persona 4 Golden, and why I love it so much, because everybody goes through stuff like that. You know, the version of themselves they don't want others to see, but at the end of the day, you know, you need people to help you go through it. And even with this game, with the reflection, with Madeline wanting to just get rid of that other part of her and say like, I don't need you no more. But at the end of the day, that version of you is always a part of you because it is you. Sure, you can lessen it and make it be not be as potent as what it was previously, but at the end of the day, that is still you. The thing you're not gonna forget are the memories that you went through and the events that you went through at that time. You know, that is unique towards you that only you can really talk about. Yeah, going down in that chapter, how you have to now, instead of in chapter 2 run away, in chapter 5 proceed, and now here you have to face or face the part of you that you wanted gone, chasing after it, wanted to just latch onto it and grab onto it, knowing that at the end of it she was just scared. She was scared that she wasn't going to be a thing. She was scared that she wasn't going to be a part of her anymore. But at the end of the day, it's a part of her. It's something where when you even go with chapter 7, where you start going up the mountain, you're doing it together with your other perversion because it takes the whole you to be able to do things, to be able to fully be able to put your mind, body, and soul and heart into something to reach that top of the mountain. It's something that I was just not expecting, man. I really was not. And is it to my own fault that this game was just sitting and chilling in the backlog? Yeah, because I keep buying other games. Literally, the first after having my Steam sale, it was the first, like, I bought this in the first winter sale I ever experienced, but I just haven't played it at all. But to have the platforming be so good, but have the actual freaking story of it be damn near even better, it's freaking a sensation. I was 100% not expecting that. Truly something I was thinking, I was like, maybe indies just aren't for me. Maybe I just I'm not aren't for me, but I haven't, like, the best indie I've played so far, I only played I think now 6, not including Celeste, was Little Nightmares. But having to play like Journey and Undertale and other indies, I don't remember the other ones, but other indies where like they haven't reached those highs for me as well other people. I was like, damn, like, I know there'll be an indie out there that I would like, but when will that happen? This game, I'm happy that it was this being in my backlog for so long and also tackling themes that really reside in me and reside in most people. You know, it's something that is so good. And I was even shocked. Like, to think of it, I'm not even shocked why this game even got nominated for Game of the Year back in 2018, because in the surface, I thought it was just a platformer and be like, yeah, like, platforming's cool and sensational, but it has a story out there that resides in so many others, you know? That's what makes it so good. But that's it. That's from Chaddy Talks Games. This is a dual part with Undertale, of course. I hope you guys loved it. And yeah, Undertale, it's okay. You know, it's okay. I don't think I'm ever going to think about it ever again. Probably will play Deltarune at some point, but Celeste, though, Celeste is definitely by far the best platformer I've ever played, the best indie I ever played. And it's something special, man. The rush, the adrenaline, the themes, the fear, the determination to have it with determination, just co-aligning with Undertale. It's just something spectacular. I don't know what else I could ask for. All right, man. That being said, that's been Chaddy Talks Games. If you made this far in the video, hope you all enjoyed and stay safe.